Welcome back to Rebirth U, where I'm going to teach you how to dominate Rebirth lobbies through comprehensive tip videos, gameplay breakdowns, and live commentaries. Now, one of the biggest tips that I can give you for success in Rebirth is having good comms. So today, I'm going to give you a few points while rolling some gameplay so that you can have better communication with your teammates. As always, make sure you comment hashtag Rebirth U down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you find it helpful, and let's get into it. So a few quick things as we're kicking off today's video. First things first, if you are tired of playing with random teammates, come join my Discord. I have a section where you can actually find teammates to play with. I'm going to put the link down in the comments below. Now, the format for today's video is going to be a little bit of a hybrid. I want you to listen into our communication. So I'm going to be giving you tips throughout the video, but at certain points, I'm just going to let the gameplay roll so that you can actually hear what our communication sounds like. And the last thing is, this is a 27 kill win. It was duo quad, so our communication was super important, but I ended up dropping 27 kills. And tomorrow, I'm going to be coaching you through this game, talking about my mindset, why I do certain things the way that I do. So make sure you are subscribed, that notification bell turned on so that you do not miss it. I do videos every single day helping people get better at Rebirth. Let's go ahead and listen into this first fight here.
Got a Denny.
Yeah, team up here with me. Broke one. One's on our level, backside, left side. Just repeats.
So the most important component of Rebirth comms, and I always talk about how much easier this game is when you have a UAV up and you understand where enemies are. So the most important component is when you get that elimination. Whoever gets the elimination, the actual first, gets the mini UAV, gets the pulse about where people are. So when you get that pulse, you have to communicate to your teammates where the enemy's teammates are, where the other players are from that team, whether they are close or not. You're going to see this in this upcoming fight, that one person is close and is an immediate threat, and the other person is not. The other person's further away, but I still need to communicate where those people are. Next up, let's talk about health callouts, and your health callouts need to be accurate. Look, the videos where there's bad health callouts given are funny, but in all honesty, a lot of times I am making decisions based on those health callouts, and I think the most important one to be accurate is actually broken. Let's listen in, and then we'll jump back into this.
Yep, behind me. And third floor, bridge. Peeking me.
Above me, on my level, below me. Just drop down. Bat,
Okay.
110s.
Oh, yeah, where? On me.
Let's keep rolling. We got enough for Lodi. We gotta get a duo.
On me. That one.
One up.
Yep.
Last one's right in here. Oh, baby.
Second floor, I mean.
Now, before we jump back into health callouts, I want to quickly address one thing that came up multiple times throughout those two fights. And look, this is definitely a little bit controversial, but in my opinion, on me is not necessarily a bad comm. You have to be aware of where your teammates are constantly. But here's what I will say. When you're playing with randoms, when you're playing with people that you don't necessarily play with often, on me is a tough comm because you don't necessarily know their voice. You don't know who actually said it. But if you're playing with the same squad and you're playing consistently with a lot of the same people and you understand their voice, then on me isn't a bad comm. You just have to be aware of where that person is. So let's go and jump back into health callouts, and where we left it was, I think broken is the most important one that needs to be accurate, and the reason being is, if you break somebody and you comm that you broke somebody, I'm going to use that as an opportunity to push in. You know, he's low health, he has to replate, so we have a huge advantage there and can push in. Whereas if you just tag him a few times, we're going to play that situation totally differently. So broken is the most important one that needs to be accurate. Now, in terms of my specific health callouts, I have tagged him a few times, he's broken, he's one shot. Now, when I say he's one shot, that may not mean he's actually one shot. What it means is he is very low health, and we just got to hit him a few times. So, Tagged him a few times. He's broken. He's one shot. He's downed. And then he's thirsted. And when he's thirsted, your next step is to then communicate where that person's teammates are. So I want to quickly take a look at the minimap here. Notice that there's one person above me and there's two people below down by heli. Never assume that your teammate sees or hears the same thing that you do. In this situation, I'm probably responsible for Tommy's death. I mean, I saw the dot above. I even saw shots coming from prison, but did not communicate that to Tommy. Tommy then pushes out into the open because he doesn't necessarily realize he was focused on the two dots below. That is my responsibility. I should have communicated, and all I had to say was, hey, be careful, there's one top prison. Tommy plays that situation a little bit differently, but I didn't, and that is my responsibility. So never assume that your teammate sees or hears the same thing that you do, and all it has to be is a slight calm about what you are seeing, which leads me to my next point, which is always be communicating your plan. You always want to be on the same page with your teammates in terms of what you are doing. And look, as you progress and as you become more of an advanced player, that comm might be, hey, I'm breaking off here. I'm going off on my own. I'm pushing living quarters. I'm pushing prison. But overall, you all need to be on the same page in terms of what you are doing. You know, you have your bigger decisions like, which team are we pushing? Are we pushing Nova 6 or are we pushing headquarters? And you have your gameplay strategy comms. Hey, drop money so that I can buy a UAV. Hey, going back to a previous video, let's farm this team. Then you even have your in-fight comms. Stuff like, hey, tap so I don't have to burn my self-revive. Hey, I'm not with you. I have to plate up. All of these comms and making sure that you and your squad are on the same page will allow you to have more success. I'm going to go ahead and let you listen into this next series of fights here so that you can really see how Tommy and I communicate and apply what I just talked about.
They're all on buy. They're on Lodi. Other ones.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
Pop my UAV.
Yep.
UAV entering the AO.
I didn't pop that. Of course you know that already, though. Ladder?
Yeah.
Same wavelength. I'll pop as soon as I... Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, he's right around the corner here. Yep, I downed the first one.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
No, he's a bullet.
Oh, I tried to tag him.
Downed him.
The bullet hero is a little 575 out this bed, man.
Pop UAV.
Yep.
I'm pushing this way.
Then we're pushing ladder. Alright.
There's a bunch around the corner.
I've been muted if you need it.
Let's get back to roof, Tommy. You're right. We should have stayed up.
So a few things that I really want to point out there. You know, Tommy and I play together all the time. So a lot of the times we are on the same page in terms of what we are thinking, but we still have to communicate health call outs. We still have to communicate exactly what we are thinking when there is so much going on. Now, I will say this, my call outs, my communication can be improved, and a part of me helping you is also me helping me in terms of understanding things that I need to do to get better, and we can all get better together. So there are definitely still things that I need to improve on. Now, the last thing that I do want to really highlight before I let this end game roll, which is another great situation where Tommy communicates very well, is live pings. Live pings are, in my opinion, the most broken, or one of the most broken things in Warzone in terms of communication. I mean, you get a direct live ping in terms of exactly where that person is, and it stays up for enough time that you really understand not only where they are, but where they are moving. So try to make it a habit of starting to live ping enemies along with giving call outs. Those two things together will really allow you and your squad to start to have more success. So before I let this end game roll here, I just kind of want to wrap up what we talked about and really leave you with this. Having good comms is kind of like having good aim and having good movement. It takes repetition. It takes effort. You're going to have to work on it. But if you start to do it more and more, it becomes easier. So focus on good health callouts. Focus on live pings. Focus on making sure that you are communicating your plan and everything that you see in here so that overall you and your team can start to dominate Rebirth lobbies.
Where? Yep, I got him. 1v1.
Snake.
Where?
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Gas is inbound.
I hear him running near me. Where my body is. Oh, lasers!
Let's go! I hope you found today's episode of Rebirth U helpful. Make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss any videos. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.